It's Miss Catlett with multiplication using the traditional algorithm. This is probably the way that your parents learned how to do multiplication of 2-digit by 1-digit numbers or bigger. I like to call this flower power because that's how I remember which order to multiply the numbers. So for example, let's start out with 28 times 4. Now notice first, this is very important. I lined up all the ones in the ones place, and I lined up the tens in the tens place. If some of your numbers are shifted, you're going to be very messed up. So the first thing I do in my flower power strategy is I draw a little stem to remind myself that I need to multiply the ones first. I go straight up and multiply 4 times 8. 4 times 8 is 32. Now, we know from addition, I can't squeeze 32 into the ones place here. The ones that I have are 2. There are 2 ones in 32. What do I do with my other 3 tens? Well, just like in addition, I'm going to carry them above in my tens place so I remember to add them on later. The next thing I do in my flower power strategy is draw a leaf to remind myself to multiply the tens next. 4 times 2 is 8. So I have 8 tens. But remember, I had these other 3 tens that I carried over from before. 8 tens plus 3 tens is 11 tens. Since I don't have anything else to multiply, I write my 11 in the hundreds and the tens place, and my final product is 112. Very simple. Let's try another one. Let's try 38 times 5. Now, using my flower power strategy, I'm going to draw my stem to remind myself that I multiply straight up the ones first. 5 times 8 is 40. I can't squeeze 40 into the ones place. In the number 40, there are 0 ones. I'm going to put a 0 in the ones place. Now I need to carry my 4 tens just to remind myself to add them on later. Next, I draw my leaf to remind me to multiply the tens next. 5 times 3 tens is 15 tens. And I already had these 4 tens from before. 15 plus 4 is 19, so I have 19 tens. Since I don't have any more numbers to multiply, I simply write 19, and my final product is 190. Why don't you try one on your own with 2 digits times 1 digit? Why don't you try 76 times 3? Pause the video and press play when you're finished to hear the explanation. The first thing I want to do is draw my stem so I remember to multiply straight up in the ones first. 3 times 6 is 18. I can't fit 18 in the ones place. I have to put my 8 ones in the ones place and carry my 1 10 to the tens place to remember to add on later. Next, I'm going to draw my flower around my tens to remind myself to multiply there next. 3 times 7 tens is 21 tens. I had another 10 left over from before. 21 plus 1 is 22. Since I don't have any more numbers to multiply, I can simply write 22, and my product is 228. Now, I can also use this strategy to multiply 3-digit times 1-digit numbers. For example, I might have 153 times 7. Again, I'm going to draw my stem to remind myself to multiply the ones first. 3 times 7 is 21. Like before, I cannot fit 21 in the ones place. I can only put the ones in the ones place. There's 1 1 in 21. I will carry my 2 tens to the tens place to add later. Next, I draw my leaf to remind myself to multiply in the tens place next. 7 times 5 tens is 35 tens. Plus my 2 tens from earlier is 37 tens. 37 tens. I cannot fit 37 tens in the tens place. So I'll have to put my 7 tens down and carry my 30 tens, which is the same as 300, to the hundreds place. Now I just need to add one more leaf. 7 times 100 is 700, plus 300 is 1000, or 1,000. 1,000. My product is 1,071.